Okay, so glass is a liquid.
It's a solid.
It can be elastic.
And brittle.
Glass is captivating and extremely humbling.
When all of you think of glass, you're probably imagining a beautiful crystal-like structure. Maybe it's the lenses in your eyeglasses or the windows in your home, a drinking vessel, or even maybe a colorful piece of blown glass. Glass is a very important material that's been pivotal throughout the ages in the fields of medicine, architecture, astronomy, and communications.
Okay, well, as glass artists, designers, educators, and performers, we don't think about glass the way you do at all. We don't even think of it as a solid. Glass to us is a 2,150-degree moving liquid lava-like substance that's mystical and magical. It's viscous. It must be practiced. It cannot be challenged in certain ways. In our professional practices, we explore performance as a vehicle to reveal the fleeting and seductive nature of molten glass.
So in this way of creating, we honor the journey much more than the destination. It's really about the process rather than the object. What's left afterwards is basically trash. It's detritus. It's a souvenir or a relic of the event. If it even survives, oftentimes it's sacrificed in the heat of the moment. And we can then take that glass, reclaim it, remelt it, and then relive the experience again.
When you're in the presence of molten glass, it is alluring. It seems dynamic. It seems dramatic. It also seems really dangerous. When working with glass, it can be quite volatile. It doesn't do what you think it's supposed to do at all. Sometimes it explodes. Molten glass is unforgettable, and we are moths to the flame. It takes two to blow glass. It's a partnership. So I studied dance, and the very physical act of blowing glass has often been likened to a dance, a duet, if you will, between the artist and the assistant. Both must anticipate the ballet to come and sort of understand the unspoken rules of working in this partnership. This puts the visual glass artist in a really strange position of being a performer on center stage.
I studied music, and working with molten glass is very similar to playing an instrument. It requires great amount of practice and patience and repetition, rhythm, movement to get proficient with it. We have to be diligent about developing dexterity in our hands and developing that timing. And when we work together, just like musicians playing together, you have to work in concert to create. And the more you do it, the more natural it becomes, and the more effortless it seems.
Okay, so let's talk just a little bit more about this really crazy, ridiculous, dualistic material that we're completely in love with. So on the left, you see something that you probably think looks like glass on a molecular level. It's organized. That's the quartz structure. What glass is, in both its liquid and solid states, is not that at all. It's completely random. It's literally an amorphous solid.
Is that a super cool liquid?
No, Robes, you gotta do some Wikipedia, man. That's a misconception.
Give you this.
Oh yeah, well, thank you.
So this amorphous solid, when heated and cooled, it expands and contracts. And if it's cooled quickly by dripping glass into water, it builds up an enormous amount of internal stress. This is in the form of potential energy stored in the frozen drop. If the surface tension is broken, all of this energy is released in an instant in an explosion.
Okay, so let's for a moment consider this drop right here. It's actually called a Rupert's drop, and consider it a metaphor for an epiphany waiting to happen. Sometimes you guys all out there think that maybe the journey is a means to an end.
But in the end, it's the journey that truly matters.
God.